My name is Jason Turner, and this is my 1985 Chevy G20 van. All right, so where do I start? I bought the van almost 10 years ago now. I needed a pickup truck for a Toyota Cressida drift car that I had. I was looking to stop driving it to events because I kept breaking it, and it always had to be fixed to be driven home. So I needed a truck and a trailer. Been looking at trucks, and a friend of mine, Scott Campbell, actually came into the O'Reilly's that I was working at. I had never met him before, and he showed up. He's got an 82 or 83 Chevy G20 shorty van. It's brown, and it is slick. It's got all sorts of cool parts on it. He showed up, and I immediately knew. I knew, the parts were the same between a truck and a van underneath. The suspension was in the engine. So um, in that moment, became pretty obvious what I needed to look for. I really wanted a van because it's same capabilities as a pickup from the same era, but it's got full interior lockable space, no bed. It's got room to sleep in it if you want. You can do anything. It's a whole house if you want. You can use every square inch of it. And then, of course, I stumbled onto vannin.com, a forum, and several other pages, and saw some of the cool vans from the 70s that are survivors, um, and it's still a thing. They still have meets, they still have shows. It's great. So definitely dove right into that, and wanted to take this van that I found and make it something cooler than what it came as. So originally when I bought it, it was a completely factory stock 1985 G20. It's got a 305 V8, which it still has, carburetor, quadrijet carburetor. It is factory 4 on the floor. It's got overdrive. Um, that is still in the van. It's been rebuilt a couple of times because towing isn't great, but it is still the original engine and transmission in it for now. Um, Started with doing the maintenance, going through all the suspension, fixed all the rubber bushings and whatnot, replaced it, lowered it 2¼ inches in the front just to get it down a little bit, and then drove it that way for a few years. It had rally wheels on it at the time, it was a little wider than stock. So I rolled it like that. It was baby blue, the paint started coming off, and there was primer showing. It was starting to get a little bit of surface rust. So I needed to do something to it to keep it from rusting and preserve it because it was rust free. Really, it didn't have any holes or anything crazy. I was helping a buddy move. He had a Ford tractor, a pretty good sized farm tractor. I was helping him move it on a trailer, and it slipped off the front of the trailer and hit the back doors. And I guess I could say that literally pushed me into starting the body work. I got new doors. Luckily, there was no other damage. I got new doors, and then ended up buying the full flare kit, chin spoiler, the roof spoiler. It's a NorCal roof wing, Lund visor, everything that I did to the body. I bought all that stuff. Basically, it makes it into the A-Team van with different paint. Bodywork is all the same as what the A-Team van had. Um, so I got all that, started doing the body work. My good buddy Chris Lowry Keller painted it for me. We spent a lot of long nights putting that together, but um, it ended up being uh, a lot nicer than I ever intended it to be. It was supposed to just have a coat of paint to keep it from rusting. It didn't have to be perfect, and we both have a little OCD. So he painted it. It's Kia Corsa Blue off of like a 2012, 2013 Kia Optima. And I think it turned out better than I could have ever imagined. So um, it's got amazing paint. We've added another gas door on the opposite side to facilitate charging port. You can plug the van in through shore power through that other gas door. We've backdated the lights, chromed out the grill. There's so many things we've done to it. Um, and that was just the body. We did all that. We got the suspension done. And then I still had an empty cargo van, which was fine for hauling tires and everything else, but not very comfortable to take to the track and live in it, for the weekend. Once I had the engine, or the engine tuned up, the suspension was done, body work was pretty much done. It actually won People's Choice at Grid Life a couple months after I painted it. I think that was 2017 or so. Um, and with no interior, it had just the sleeping bags on the floor. There was really nothing in it. So shortly after that, started on the interior. Um, we have Toyota Cressida seats. They're actually the same seats that came out of my race car. Comfortable power buckets. They were reupholstered in like a black vinyl with diamond stitch, blue stitching, blue stripe, and then put marine pontoon flooring in it. It's waterproof, it's cleanable, it's nice looking. I wanted to build everything I could on the interior without much wood in it because I don't want it to rot and mold and rust and anything like that. So most of the panels are made out of aluminum sheet and wrapped in upholstery. Um, the walls, the ceiling is actually a fiber reinforced plastic board that I drilled 800 pinholes in to put fiber optic starlight ceiling, like is in a Rolls Royce. So that is a pretty cool feature. That was one of the first things to go in. It took 4 people to install it in the ceiling. Once I had it done, it was tedious, but it's in there. It hasn't been out since. And just slowly over the next several years, just kept chipping away at things. It's got a bed in the back that I built on a custom metal tube frame. It's got storage in the rear. It's got drawers underneath. It's got a mini bar with a fridge. It's got a TV, stereo system. It's got an exterior set of speaker channels that can play out the side doors at a show or a camp or whatever. Tons of blue LED lights, tons of just little features and tweaks. It's currently running 2 31 series RV style deep cycle batteries to run everything in the house, and then the standard car battery up front for the engine. It's all isolated on a switch, so if for some reason one goes down, I can jump the other one with it. Yeah, it's got onboard charging, you name it. I've tried to make it as functional and usable as I could make it while while still having something that can go win shows and be pretty cool to hang out in. Yeah, it got out of hand, like every car project really does over time. I bought it to pull a drift car around, ended up spending more time and money on the van than I did on the drift car, and now the drift car hasn't really done anything in a few years, and the van gets most of the attention. So, um, yeah, it's still the original purpose of it was to be functional. It still is to a point. Um, I would still, if it's a local event or something that's not super duper far away, I would still pull a car to the track with it. Um, it's just fun. It's a spectacle for sure, but it really makes for kind of an exciting time, no matter where you go. I still remember back the day that I bought it, or the day that I started looking for it. When I was, looking for a pickup truck, I'm literally scrolling on. It was Craigslist at the time. Looking for pickup trucks, C10s or something, maybe a dually. It didn't matter really. I just something I could pull a trailer with, and then yeah, I saw Scott's van, and that was the end of that. I immediately started looking for vans, and then found this one pretty quick after that. It was actually a pretty low mileage, rust-free van. I bought it over by Fort Wayne from a really nice old guy that I think he was having a hard time with the clutch. He was getting up there a little bit and just wanted it to go to a good home instead of just sitting in his barn. So it's pretty proud to be able to pick one up like that from him and do what we did with it. So eventually, I do still have it's a '91 Cressida drift car. It's green. It's got purple wheels. It's kind of a spectacle also right now, but it's been rode hard, put away wet for years and years, and it just needs to be refreshed. It's currently got a 1UZ Lexus V8 and a W58 transmission. I've got a 2JZ for it. I need to pick up a transmission and all the rest of the pieces and actually build it. So it'll get a full refresh here soon enough, but um, yeah, at some point I'll get back into that. Maybe be a couple years, but definitely still in the plans. I still have all the stuff for it, and then we'll absolutely be pulling it around with the van. It's still what it's made for. It's still got all the parts and equipment to pull a trailer. So absolutely. Team Turner actually started. It was kind of a brainchild between myself and Josh, my brother. Um, he's done photography for years and years and years, and obviously there's not a whole bunch I've really done or could do to do that with him. He's so good at what he does. I can drive while he takes rollers, and that's about it. I've always been fascinated with like the rolling shots and some of the bigger like cinematic videos. In fact, some people may remember the SC's Gone Wild. It was a video they did about 15 years ago out in California with a bunch of Lexus SCs, and it was just cool. They're doing weaving in and out of traffic and doing cinematic shots. It was just a cool video, and I was always kind of fascinated and inspired by um, that type of videography. So I never invested in a crazy camera or anything like that, but the phones have gotten to the point now where I can record in 4K. I can do just about everything that I would need to for basic videoing. Um, and years ago, I used to post all my builds and stuff on car forums and be pretty in depth about what I did and information on part numbers. And it was a nice time, I guess, in the internet. But forums have kind of gone away, and it's more Facebook posts, and it's not as organized. So I still kind of wanted that outlet to document what I'm doing and what I'm building, and stuff that I'm putting together. And I can tell my handful of friends about it. Half of them probably don't care, and the other half just listen to be nice. So um, it's just kind of a nice outlet to be able to share what I'm doing and what's going on with maybe a broader audience, and build some of that community, and especially in the automotive world where it's really, especially in the Midwest here, there's not a ton of it. It's not a huge scene. So it would just be cool to get out there a little more and show people what's going on and maybe inspire somebody. I know I've been inspired by plenty of people building their own cars. So that's kind of why I started it. And Josh has been super helpful. I've learned how to edit stuff, and it's been a learning experience. But I think it's going to be something cool. So I really don't know where it started. I think it's in my blood, to be honest. My grandfather was a big car guy, kind of a hot rodder back in the day, and always was working on cars when I was a little kid, always doing something. And he was super inspiring. And I don't know how young I was, but my parents tell stories about how I was picking the logos off of cars hubcaps while we're driving along. They'd stop at a light, and I'd be able to tell them before I could hardly talk. So somewhere back then, I mean, I got the bug, and then as I grew up, it just got worse and worse. So, um, ever since I could first drive, even before I got my license, I owned my first car before I had my license. Just a old Ford Explorer that I found that I was going to try to flip or something. I don't know, but yeah, I bought it when I was 15 before I had my license, and just got the bug. I've owned, God, I don't even know, probably 65 or more cars in the last 15 years. Um, it's yeah, all over the place. So uh, currently got obviously the van. I've got a '79 GMC C10 or C15 heavy half that I'm getting ready to restore. I've got a couple of Saabs, Volvos, a couple Lexuses. Just um, I like my toys, and unfortunately, I have too much ADD to pick one. So um, that's why I have so many. And yeah, they're all projects. The newest thing I own is 2003. So um, I don't know that I would have it any other way. There are cars I miss. Just for example, I had a '91 Honda Prelude SI that was mint, absolutely mint car. I should have never got rid of that. Not that it was worth a ton, but it was nice, and I don't think I would ever find it again. Um, Same with, I had an '81 Corolla sedan that was rust free. Um, Man, there's a few that I miss, but in general, it's been just a morph of learning different things, being fascinated by the mechanics of a certain vehicle, a certain type of car, and then almost, in my own mind, having to conquer it, I guess, and figure it out and work on it and go through it. And then understanding it is kind of the light at the end of the tunnel. It's kind of just more of the enjoyment there. But yeah, I enjoy working on the stuff to a point anyway. And yeah, it's fun putting stuff together. I enjoy the process, and obviously the finished products of it all. There's so many memories. Oh man, I've done so much. Like sometimes I don't think I've done very much, and I feel like I should do more. But looking back, there's so many fun things that I've done or been a part of, between the drifting, the racing, and building this van. I mean, friends came all the time. We had people here after midnight sometimes. Just everybody wanted to be a part of it, and it was so fun to watch that process. Um, and even still, like friends come over and just hang out, and we just talk about what we've done and some of the cool things we've been a part of. I think I don't know. I have so many good memories with the cars in general, but probably for the van specifically. um, is first bringing it to some of the big shows. Paint got done, immediately took it to Grid Life like a couple months later. People loved it, and I wasn't sure because it's not really a van, hot rod kind of a show. It's more racing and show cars, tuners, and things like that. So just kind of unintentionally making something cooler than I thought it would be. Um, and then some of the experiences we've had since. Me and Josh about 4 or 5 years ago took it with the race car on a trailer. Probably was not my best idea. We went down to North Carolina to meet up with a friend and go drifting for the weekend. Out of the blue, we just went on a whim. We had a great trip. The transmission definitely ate itself on the way back home. I don't know if I would have got much farther than home with it, but we were up in the mountains. I mean, this thing's just a 305, and we're crawling up mountains and burning the brakes up coming down, and just, it's sketchy, but we had a great time. Um, and then, obviously racing the whole weekend, hanging out. It's just being a part of that lifestyle and that environment really just, I don't know, puts a puts some fire in me, gives me some sort of purpose. You know what I mean? And yeah, I love it. In the future, I do want to put an LS based motor in it, probably a 5.3 or a 6 liter. And I want to keep it a manual, but I want to put like a T56 Magnum or something stronger than what's in it. That 4 speed that's in it is not really built for super heavy duty. And if I continue to tow with it, it's going to need rebuilt more and more, and eventually it's not going to be rebuildable. So I'm going to have to do something. But it would be nice to be able to just turn the key and not have to tune a carburetor through the dash and things like that. So eventually, I want to put a modern drivetrain in it, and that's really about it. I mean, visually, it's where I want it to be. I might touch up a couple things here and there, but the interior is about there. Um, just I want to be able to enjoy it more. So a little more power, a little easier to drive and deal with would be great. I do have the YouTube channel. It's just kind of in its infant stages right now, but it's Team Turner 4300 on YouTube. Is what it comes up as. It's got the Team Turner and the little gold wings in the middle. Then I've also got Instagram Team.Turner, and there's also Team Turner official on Facebook. So got stuff here and there on all of it, and I'll be posting way more information, pictures, build processes, things like that here in the near future. So give it a like and a subscribe. You know what to do. I would appreciate everybody. We done. Cut.